Hello, folks, and welcome to another Ordinary Men Who Fight Like Heroes podcast. I am Chris Fearing, a freighter pilot and ex-bounty hunter, and I am joined here at the table by...
Drunks and Dragons. Actual cannibal Drunks and Dragons.
Aaron Bass.
Okay, so... there's a Star Wars happening.
There is.
Yes, there is. This December. There's a Star Wars that's happening. Let's not kid ourselves. That second trailer was much better. Like 100 times better than the first teaser trailer.
No, I love the first teaser trailer a lot, man.
But the second one is way
better, too.
The second one blows that shit away,
But
though.
yeah, it's so good.
You guys are missing the big point. There's no Hayden Christensen, and there's no, any kind of reference to the Gungans.
That's awesome.
I am fucking disappointed. Oh, cool! A burned mask. Oh, cool! Half of it's Vader, and the other half looks like a skull from where it melted. Where's Hayden Christensen? Oh man, sweet! Look at all these stormtroopers. Look at Metal Stormtrooper. Where are the Gungans?
I can't go with this troll, Chris. It's too cruel.
Aaron's just like, well, I'm broken, I'm done.
Yeah,
Just like leaves.
this is.
Just hope there's a fucking pod race in this movie.
You keep spouting this shit. Alright, I'll be honest. You keep spouting this kind of shit, and you're gonna bring bad things upon people. One day you're just gonna be sitting around.
Which people?
One day you're
the Pueblos?
The Pueblos. You're gonna hurt someone. You're gonna be sitting there, and you're gonna be like, Drew.
Physically?
No, listen. You'll be sitting there in bed, and Drew will be in the other bed or whatever.
I was gonna say you're sitting there in bed, and you turn to Drew,
and you're like, and Drew's like, I was gonna go to sleep, and you're like, all right, man, that's cool, because you're reading your book or whatever, and you're like, Drew, I really wish Hayden Christensen was in the next Star Wars, and somewhere on the other side of the planet, Tenacious D will break up or some shit like that, and it's your fault. You step on a butterfly and you kill 100 people in Tokyo because Godzilla was there.
That's fine.
And Breaking Bad couldn't do anything to stop him, which is bullshit. Bryan Cranston is 2% of that movie. What the fuck is that shit? Okay, I lose. Where were we? Oh yeah,
we're talking about how Darth
Pueblos
Revan's in Force Awakens.
The Pueblos in Star Wars. That's right. Okay. Oh man, every time I see the end of the trailer, first of all, I want to cry.
Man, no.
Secondly, because I was like, oh my god, it's Han Solo. But then on the other hand, I'm also like, the Millennium Falcon was their treasure. The treasure was in the
Oh, man.
But at the same time, I'm also like, yes.
Yeah. I love just Luke's connection there, and it just really does feel like it's passing the torch. It's passing the torch, and you're experiencing it, man.
Yes.
And it's all about these people.
Yeah, and I want to see these new characters. What are they all about?
Yeah.
Because you got someone wearing super high-tech silver Stormtrooper
I
armor
would
with a
have
cape.
sworn one of those kids was going to end up being Luke's kid, but it doesn't sound like it the way it's
No,
going.
the girl, I think, is Leia and Hans.
Well, yeah, I would expect that, but I would have also still expected somewhere along the way Luke would have had.
And
Really?
you got this.
So Luke goes into hermitude.
Yeah, we know that now.
And there's no Mara Jade anymore.
Yeah, we know that now, but I don't know, somewhere along the lines, the old.
I was saying you got this.
Kind of still kind of stuck to the back.
There's
of my
a
brain.
There's some kind of young actor who's known for some stuff that I don't know who he's from though. Who's playing the Stormtrooper defector? What's his name?
Finn.
That's the main character. That's the black dude.
Yeah.
Black dude's Finn.
I'm saying that's his name, Finn.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say you got him running around. I'm like, man, I wonder what his story arc is like. It looks like he's gonna be put through the ringer.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, man, life choices are important.
Yep.
But
Consequences.
some shit goes down though.
Yeah.
Bitches get blown to pieces. Them new Stormtroopers, all the new Stormtroopers look slick as 100 times balls. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do they look fucking fancy? Oh man, they look fucking fancy.
But they still look kind of almost smoothed down Stormtroopers.
They look like Stormtroopers if they were made by Apple.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Which is weird because it's got a weird episode 1, 2, and 3 kind of look, but at the same time it does not. It's really weird.
It's like they've taken into consideration what
all Star Wars.
Yeah, all Star Wars.
All Star Wars.
Which is amazing that they can do that, because Star Wars does have a lot of different looks.
And then that new commander.
Oh yeah, see, there's the new,
That's the new
other
Snow
suits.
Trooper and a Flame Trooper.
The Snow Trooper looks kind of really bleh, but the Flame Trooper's cool.
Well, it's because the Flame Trooper is just like a Stormtrooper with a flamethrower and a different helmet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the freaking the Silver Stormtrooper.
Yeah, who I think might be called Captain Phasma.
I was gonna say she looks fucked, or whoever it is. She. I know you talk about who it might be, but like whoever they are, they look really cool.
Yeah.
And the main villain obviously looks like some crazy ass Darth Revan shit.
Yeah.
Man. But like,
Who is? I think
they have suits of armor though that they're wearing, right? Like that guy's wearing a suit of armor.
Go back
right?
up to the names on the no wait a little bit lower. That Resistance Fighter, First Order Stormtrooper, Snow Trooper. That's the names that apparently are being floating around now.
Oh, Resistance and First Order?
First Order is New Empire and Resistance is the Rebels.
I think the Resistance really just kind of sullies
It kind of does.
the whole Rebel Alliance thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that at all.
Or maybe like they're not the rebels anymore, but there are like those guys are still around. But maybe like the Resistance is like just the people that happen to be at the time fighting the First Order dudes. I don't know.
Maybe the rebellion has turned into the new empire.
I don't know.
That'd be wacky though, because like the
history
whole point-
repeating itself.
From what we've heard, it sounds like there's they talked about these Inquisitor dudes who were like early like Sith or something, are like starting this stuff up again. So maybe, yeah, you might be right. Maybe there is something like to the idea of the rebels became the
rebels started rebelling against themselves.
Yeah,
They're like, fuck it. Man, the main villain looks so much like shit you see. The main villain in this new Star Wars movie looks so much like stuff you see in the KOTOR games.
yeah. Pretty much just
Like,
Darth
he's
Revan.
quite literally a
He's Darth
KOTOR. He's
Revan,
quite
man.
literally a KOTOR villain, but he's so simplified in his design that you don't feel like you're looking at some exaggerated silliness.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel over the top. Like, you look at some of the Sith Lords, and quite literally, they are the dumbest fucks you've ever seen in your life. They are quite literally, like, from the cover of 100 different black metal albums rolled through, like, rolled through, like, a Doctor Who convention, and then popped out the other side. And they're just, like, blah, covered in just the wackest shit possible.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy actually has, like, black robes, a black belt, a red lightsaber, a
cool
black
mask.
That's
Yeah.
all you need. That's all really.
Keeps
I
it
mean, Darth
simple.
Vader had like a chest thing, and then you notice everyone started having a chest thing, and everyone started having a mouth thing. I'm like, you realize that Darth Vader needed that shit to breathe, right? You realize he's
Like Malgus.
like they all have shit. I'm like, you realize Darth Vader kind of needs that shit to live. It's not like he's trying to make a fashion statement or be air conditioned while he murders bitches, though I'm sure he is. He needs it as like a life support first and comfort second. And he's the kind of man who probably isn't even comfortable in that thing. Probably just fucking just powers through every single day at work. Just fucking walking around.
Being a torso with robo limbs.
Yeah. Or whatever he is in the original movies originally. Well, I mean, we at least
That's
know
a
he
good
had
point, yeah.
we at least know that he had at least one robo limb,
Yeah.
at the very least, in the movie, but we never really knew the extent of the damage.
Yeah.
For all we knew, like...
Yeah, rewatching it, it really is cool to think, just kind of take away your own like knowledge of the movie and just think like, this dude could be anything. This dude's just like some freaking alien under there, you know?
Yeah, and then you look at Darth Vader and you're like, man, you see his head is all scarred and shit, and you're like, man, this could have been like given to him over a series of different battles.
Yeah.
Fought with like different Jedi where they found him and killed them and stuff. And it could have been fucked up. People are just running away from Darth Vader. Actual cannibal Darth Vader.
God. Oh, before we bring up the next topic, I just want to say, Justin,
Yeah.
Dun Locat.
Oh man, that's right. Oh shit.
It's a fucking flamethrower stormtrooper.
Yeah, it is. Now that you mention it.
Okay, and another big Star Wars thing that occurred was the first ever Battlefront footage.
Yes.
Yep, the in-game Battlefront footage trailer with finding the Imperial Walker and the Chicken Walker on Endor.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So fantastic.
Well, it's
has really knocked
DICE,
themselves
man.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've really knocked themselves out.
Even Battlefield 3, that was, like, quote-unquote, a generation ago.
I'm glad that Battlefront has not left us. I'm glad that we still have a Battlefront game coming out. Battlefront 1 and 2 were the most highest selling Star Wars games, like, period. And one of the reasons why is because the Battlefront games put players into the positions that they wanted to reenact when they were playing, like, anything Star Wars. Like, they were in the middle of those battles, they were fighting on those sides. Everyone enjoyed that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I already did that shit with Micro Machines and stuff like that when I was a kid. And then to have a video game turn around and deliver that same experience.
Yeah, man, no
it's fucking
joke.
Amazing.
I still remember sitting in your living room, like, split screening the shit out of some Battlefront.
Oh, yeah.
Either doing, like, stuff as just normal grunt dudes or doing, like, the big hero rumble. Heroes versus villains, where you all played as, like, the actual heroes.
As far as the hero rumble thing in number 2 goes, I didn't really like it as much because I felt it kind of defeated the purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many other games where you play as named heroes that it was nice to be, like, one of the actual dudes just fighting, and you can put yourself on that a lot easier than on, like, Han Solo, who's already defined personality.
Well, see, it was nice that they just added that as an extra game mode.
And then my brother played enough of it to where I could, like, fight certain battles with him and not worry about certain things. Because Jeff will just, like, one-man pilot a snowspeeder and bring down both the walkers.
Damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
what you do is, like, you switch over to the secondary cockpit, and you fire the cable, and then you hit the button and switch back to the first position. So it's quite literally just one guy in a fucking 2-pilot ship going, diving over to the back seat, shoots it, dives back over in the front. I'm piloting still. We did it. And then I did it, me. And then just circle them, and then they're dead. I was never any good at flying those things, so I'm just like, fuck it, you do it, Jeff. I'm going to take their land base and their whales.
And it looks like it's going to be 40 players per match.
Jeez.
So 20v20.
I mean, I know that's normal for, like, a PC game, but still, like, for...
Yeah, the original Battlefront had, like, 25 dudes running around, but even then...
Vehicles, speeder bikes, AT-ATs. Let's see, Jakku is going to be a free downloadable content add-on, which is the desert planet from The Force Awakens.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Which will actually be playable 2 weeks before the movie is out.
Interesting.
In the game, you actually get to play the Battle of Jakku. It's the same place from the movie, but 30 years earlier.
Interesting.
So it's like right at the that might have been one of the other battles going on, like during the struggle at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Maybe.
Because Force Awakens is 30 years after Return of the Jedi.
Makes you wonder if Jakku is anywhere near...
I would have sworn that was going to be Tatooine, too. That's the thing. Interesting.
Yeah, the desert planet, yeah.
Well, when you think about it, though, would a Star Destroyer crashing into a planet kill it?
Would a Star Destroyer crash into Tatooine? Because Tatooine's really far out there.
I don't know.
They were out there at the beginning of episode 4.
Yeah, they were out there at the beginning of episode 4. I mean, but like, I don't know, man. And on the same hand, like there was a fleet amassing near Malastare or some shit like that. Like there was a fleet that was being amassed by the rebels as a decoy when they were making their run in Return of the Jedi against the second Death Star. And it's just like, or no, Sullust. That's right. There was a fleet amassing near Sullust. And it's just like, I wonder if that planet is near Sullust, because then that would make sense. Because there'd still be a branch of them, even though the Emperor knows that it's a trick and some shit, there still have to be, like...
Forces sent to, like, just pick off that many rebels.
Yeah, there would have to be a force that would get the order to make it look like they've taken the bait, and then you'd have all these Star Destroyers go on and be like, okay, we're going to dispatch this part of the fleet over to Sullust and pick a fight with these rebels, and we're going to fucking kick the faces in. And then they got there, and then shit happened.
Is that in the movie?
Huh? Like in the original movie? Yeah, like that was
okay.
in the original
like it's dun 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 dun. A fleet is amassing near Sullust. Like
okay.
Yeah, like Darth Vader comes over to the Emperor and is like, "There's a fleet amassing near Sullust," and the Emperor's like, who gives a fuck? It's a trick. We got him.
Yeah.
And then the Emperor thought he was being clever, and then it's like, it's a trap, and then shit went down.
Yeah, all extended universe stuff is down crapper. We know.
Yep. Fucking stupid.
And to be fair, that's not really extended universe as mentioned in the movies. But
well, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was asking, because if it was something that was, like, talked about in the novels, it'd be just like,
This was mentioned in the movies.
Okay.
Darth Vader himself said it.
That's why I asked.
That
shit.
Darth Vader himself can't say anything in the original movies, and then it'd be like...
Because if they fucked over the Mandalorians as bad as they have, I'm afraid to see what else is going to change.
What they do to the Mandalorians?
What
are they going to do with... What are they going to do with Star Wars video games? Because those things are based on...
Okay. Aaron, you've played KOTOR.
Yeah.
What's the origin of the Mandalorians?
In that, they're like an alien race or some dumb stuff. Or at least...
They started out as an alien race.
They started out as an alien race. Then there was this honor code based on what the original aliens did.
Yeah, the original Mandalorian.
And then they were like, we're just gonna be bros. We're just gonna be Mandalorian bros together. Look at this. I'm the leader of the Mandalorians. I'm Mandalore. I got this special armor and everything. We ride basilisk war droids. It's all cool up in here.
And doesn't he have a book? Doesn't he make a codex that's this is how you be a Mandalorian, guys?
Sounds about right.
I could have sworn there was a book.
Kind of like samurai Spartans, though.
Yeah. Okay. What is it now?
They're using the canon from the Clone Wars animated show.
Oh,
the only thing that's canon anymore is the movies and the Clone Wars animated show.
So what is it? I forget what they say.
No, I thought that's some extra group. Because there's a group in the Mandalorians way later that pops up. And they're mentioned in the friggin' computer animated show. There's a third faction, because the Mandalorians have had their splits and stuff. There's been the Death Watch and the Mandalorians, and then they went head to head. And then there was a third branch that appeared later that are pacifist Mandalorians.
What? How can no? It's like saying we're Nazi Buddhists or something.
No. They're sticking with that. And in the show, it's the Death Watch is there, but then there are Mandalorians that go, oh, we don't want to do this, and they split off and make that third faction of pacifists. So it's quite literally in the canon as it is now, there was the Death Watch. And then this other people split off because they wanted to seek peace, and they called themselves the Mandalorians. And that's all it is now.
You're telling me that
the pussies are the Mandalorians now?
You're telling me that it's all the third group of Mandalorians. You're telling me that that's where they're saying the Mandalorians.
Quite literally, yeah. It's just people that defected from the Death Watch because they didn't want to kill innocent people. They wanted to seek peace, and that's where the Mandalorians come from in the canon right now.
That's bullshit.
No Fets, no honor code. No
original Mandalore?
Nope, no original Mandalore, no original race, no respect, no creed, no hunter.
So wait, what the heck were the Death Watch people founded on?
So then how are they going to get to Boba Fett?
Or
is Boba Fett not a Mandalorian anymore?
I don't know.
Because he was wearing Mandalorian armor, or is that not even Mandalorian armor anymore?
Dude, what the heck?
Or is he a Death Watch now?
Yeah, they've changed the meaning of the frickin' original movies now at this point. Because they've ripped out the base.
Because I've looked into Mandalorian history. It was going to play some elements in the Mandalorian, the newest incarnation of what the Mandalorian game would have been. I was like, yo, I gotta have some stuff where I have some nods to the original Mandalore stuff. I thought it'd be really cool to actually, because it takes place around that time, have a scene where it's you're somewhere and there's other Mandalorians, but it's over there, it's man, over there talking to those dudes, that's Jaster Muriel.
Nice.
It's yo, who the fuck is that kid with him? I don't know. He picked him up on one of those planets.
Oh, that's awesome. That's Django. Unchained. He looks just like Will Smith.
What? No, he doesn't.
That's what the character was originally written for.
Yeah, I know. He said no.
That would have been a better movie.
Yeah, actually, I think I agree.
Yep.
But
I'm not a big fan of Jamie Foxx.
It doesn't matter now, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter now. Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand, and he's a cool dude.
I was gonna say, Leonardo DiCaprio powered through that shit. That was good. Everyone stood up and clapped.
And the motherfucker still has not won an Oscar.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
That's wacky.
He's
a good actor.
He's been acting his face off for the past 5 or 10 years now.
More than that, dude.
But I mean, really trying hard to get acclaim and do good and
picking really good roles.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't like him because he played a retarded.
Or maybe they just don't like him because he was in Titanic and they figured that was enough.
What's eating Johnny Depp? Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
He's behind you with a knife.
But the last big piece of Star Wars news is the fact that they are putting out the original theatrical releases of the original trilogy
Yeah.
on Blu-ray at the end of this year.
I thought they had that on Blu-ray.
No, they had the one that he cranked full of CGI.
Oh.
This is going to be completely CGI
I know there's
free.
like some kind of digital release out there now.
There's a digital release out there, but it's not the originals.
Oh.
But what they're doing is it took them so long. They were trying to get it to be last year, but it took them so long they had to get more people to try to piece together the original film because it degraded so much. But they're putting the original theatrical releases of the first 3 on Blu-ray at the end of this year.
Movie releases too accurate for George Lucas. Only
Yeah.
Disney could be so precise.
Very nice.
And you know, another nice thing about that fucking trailer is the fact that if you look at it, you can tell that only a few of the things are CG, like the fucking ships flying around, but all the explosions and shit you see, you can tell that's happening right there.
I
Is it still,
honestly
like-
haven't seen the original cuts in so long. I don't even know if I'd even be like comfortable with it. I'd be like, but where's them flying off with the X-wing at this point? You know, like the added little snippets from the '99 version or whatever it was.
I was gonna say, for the new movie, like they're wearing armor, they're wearing Stormtrooper armor.
They're
That
wearing
in and
the
of itself
outfits.
is so good.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, is it still J.J. Like, who's
Yeah.
directing this thing?
It's J.J. Abrams.
Okay, because like like I've seen like I didn't like
All his movies have just been auditions for this movie at this point.
kind of I didn't like Star Trek Into Darkness. I've seen the making.
Super Blood.
I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen the making of different things for Star Trek Into Darkness, and his crew will insist on making like physical things that do things on set. There's so many actual physical pieces there that they combine with CG that they found like this perfect kind of in between for actual things and people and costumes and makeup and physical effects and props. I mean, they built like a fucking sliding door panel thing for Kirk for one scene for one thing that he just did with it, and it's like
Nice.
they still build all that shit though, and then they'll still have some CG parts where they need them or whatever. But it's like it's gonna be the best way to handle it for special effects.
Yeah.
So all the real explosions, quote unquote, all the suits of armor and all the things that they do, it's gonna look legit as hell. It already looks legit as hell. It's gonna look
Yeah.
legit. It's gonna look legitter.
Yeah.
It's gonna look legit.
Man, those TIE fighter pilots even. Just
The
how
TIE
cool.
fighters look. The
Like,
TIE fighters look weird. The TIE,
so good, man.
the TIE fighters look weird. Man, the TIE fighter pilots look like they're about to make you eat shit.
Yeah.
Like they look tough as shit,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
They look mean.
But I love the I don't know what it is. It really kind of struck me as like it's you know, you're seeing the interior of the cockpits of these dudes fighting back at you. And I don't know if they did that as much in the prequels. You'd see the heroes in their cockpits.
Well, think about it. The prequels, there wasn't a lot of like they were going up against droids.
yeah.
There were no cockpits to be had.
That's actually a great point. Yeah.
Like
Well, that alone is a major difference.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it makes them more visceral.
Yep.
Yeah.
And man, the X-wings and stuff blasting over the water, and then being like, "Yeah, fuck your X-wings,"
Yeah.
and then everyone's just like, "Fuck your X-wings." They're just
Even they're kind of like getting a little excited about it.
Yeah, they're
I'm
like,
in Star Wars.
they're like, "Woo!" They're like,
Let's go blow up the Death Star.
"Yo, check out those TIE fighter pods. Let's make them eat shit." No, seriously though, like, yeah, man, they're fucking psyched. They're fucking psyched to be in an X-wing.
Yeah, I heard somebody was actually pointing out, like, you could see that the actual ship flying around in the opening shot's actually an original X-Wing and not the new models. Or something ridiculous like that. I'm like, how can you tell?
Because they paused it and they looked at it. And they
Yeah, I mean, like
but
even
still,
even
I
the,
could tell they look
it's
different.
miniature.
I could tell they look different.
even the quick shots of the new X-wings flying by, I could tell
I
just because it was
know.
like they don't actually have the full-on engines on
Well,
the
yeah,
wing. It's like a half
but-
circle
yeah.
weird engine.
I know that, like, you can tell from those other X-Wings, they're new. But apparently this first one is actually an original. Or that's what the internet comments say.
Maybe that's Luke's.
Maybe that is Luke's. That's my point.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that movie is going to be freaking awesome, and
Luke's
it's
got
going
to
to
do
be
shit with
great.
his robot hand.
To go
Be like,
see
"Aw,
that
cool
shit."
hand, Luke.
That
God,
I was gonna say that's another interesting change though. Is what made him go from having a
Yeah, he did have a human-looking hand, and that was the thing they could apparently do back in the day.
Yeah.
See, we didn't have the technology to make your hand look real. Now we do, and then later on they just said, "Fuck it." And seriously, they even tested it like it had
Yep.
like nervous and kind of feeling and shit.
yeah.
Like so we could tell you shit. Though I'm pretty sure you could like turn it off. That'd be cool.
Luke's part Terminator.
Which, by the way, the Terminator, holy damn, that movie's going to be either bad or amazing. Because guess what? John Connor's the villain.